Hello, hello. I don't even know how many people are in here right now. Because I can't see. Give me just 1 second. I gotta fix some stuff. We'll wait for some more people to come in. Before we go ahead and get started. Hello! How are we doing? Oh shit, we baking. We are baking. Indeed. I have, so this is our wax melt for today. When I bake, I like to put in a little wax melt because it kind of, gets in with the like the smells of the, like, whatever I'm baking. And I thought with a pineapple bread, a cranberry mandarin splash wax melt would be nice. I also have some patchouli incense going in the other room, which gives it like the nice earthy smell. I like to have good vibes when I'm baking, you know what I mean? So, and I'm wearing like a crappy old t-shirt, you know? Gotta have a crappy old t-shirt. How's everybody doing today? Alright. New start. I need my recipe. I gotta scroll down past all of the stuff. So, this is today's recipe. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the chat, okay, so that you guys have access to it. This is what we're going to be, utilizing today. Hello. So Heather's not in here to mod today, because she's gonna have to pick up the kids from school probably before everything's done. Come here, paper towels. No, around. Paper towels. All right, give me a second. I need to get an actual towel upon which to wipe my hands. Meow. Yazir says meow. Alright. Okay. So, how many people do we have in here? Alright, we got 9 people in here. Alright. Stormy, I let you stay in here because you were in your box. Now I start streaming and you're going to get out of your box and try to get up in my business? Is that what's happening? You better not try to get up in my business. You better stay right there. Alright. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Alright. Put eggs in a large bowl. It says to beat with an electric mixer. I don't have an electric mixer. So it's just going to have to be whisked. That's what we're going with. We're doing it. I am the electric mixer. Right. egg. Why? Why you do these things to me? No. Alright. We got eggs. We're gonna have to melt some butter. Do I have anything I can melt butter in? Huh. Not microwave safe. Okay. So not in that. We're going to be microwaving butter in a mug. That's what we're doing. Noodles. Why are we doing this? Alright. So I gotta beat these eggs first. Before we microwave the butter. Yeah, I gotta just go ham with the whisk. I think what I'll probably do, by the way, is just edit this down and make like a TikTok video in it, like of it, so that people can see what I'm gonna be doing. Because this way we can discuss all the stuff we usually discuss on stream, but we're gonna discuss it while baking things, baking tasty treats. Because my whole thing, right, was to bake your neighbor a pie, right? So we're gonna learn how to bake things for our neighbors. All right. That did not need an electric mixer. I was perfectly okay. Noodles. We're being really loud for no reason. Stormy, you better not even think about it. I know you want to jump up on that counter. Get down. Get down. I don't want to touch you, because then I'll have to wash my hands again. So you should just listen. And go back in your box. I know you like your box. She ain't gonna listen to me. She never listens to me. Nobody in this house listens to me. Okay. How much butter do I need? I don't trust you, Stormy. Like, at all. A half a cup of melted butter. How many tablespoons is that? I think I know. It's one stick. Don't I have more butter than this? I feel like I bought butter yesterday. Where's the butter? There it is. It's like I knew I bought butter. I knew it. Alright. So I gotta... Stormy, I knew this is what you were gonna do. So you gotta go in the bathroom with Pearl now. Gotta keep her out of my shit. I knew. She was in her box this whole time, just chilling in the window, having a good time. The second I start baking, then she's got to come make herself my problem. Alright. Gotta wipe down the surfaces again, because of cat feet. I always keep my shit really clean when I cook. It's from working in a restaurant. My cats are going to be annoying today. I can feel it. I can feel it. No! All right. Okay, my oven is preheated. All right. There. All right. Have you all decided? So right now, the on the poll, the top response is Dolly Parton's chocolate cobbler. Now I have, right? I have got the Good Looking Cookin' cookbook. This right here. So this is where I would be getting the thing from. I do eventually want to make all the desserts in this book. She actually has this labeled by month. She has this labeled by month. So what I will probably try to do is, if we're doing this every week, right? I'm probably going to try to do one Dolly Parton recipe a month until we've finished them. And then we can work on other stuff for the other weeks. I really like, it makes me happy to incorporate something I love. Like, I really love baking, and it makes me happy to incorporate baking into these live streams. Okay. Sugar and melted butter. Okay, how much sugar do we need? 1 cup white sugar. All right. All right. And for measuring, we have these really cute, they're like the Pioneer Woman things. I don't know where my wife got these. These are hers, but they're really cute. I like them a lot. These little measuring bowls. Actually, do we have? Yes, we do. Okay. We have a thing of sugar open already. A sugar container. That makes my life easier. There we go. Okay. Cool. Pioneer Woman can't cook it all, but her stuff in Walmart is adorable. It is adorable, isn't it? It's really cute. The Dolly Parton cookware is really cute too, and I'd love to have some. but it's expensive, and it's not. Well, it's not like terribly expensive for what it is, you know. But any sort of thing like that right now isn't really in the cards. Alright, I just beat this until it's smooth. I'd say that's a nice smooth consistency. It's kind of the consistency of like, almost like honey is what you're gonna have. Alright. How much flour do I need? 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. So I need the vanilla extract. Okay. No! A can of enchilada sauce just flew out at me. It's trying to kill me. Alright. Cup of crushed pineapple juice. Alright. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with the rest of this pineapple. What am I supposed to do with the rest of this pineapple? Because I only need a cup of it. And then I need, how much? 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're making a pear crumble. That sounds great. Alright. Did I say 1 teaspoon? I'm pretty sure I said 1 teaspoon. Noodles. You're being disruptive. I know, you get lonely when Dad goes into the kitchen. You're like, why aren't you here petting me? I said 1 teaspoon, correct? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay. Yes, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. No! I hate the smell of vanilla extract, by the way. It smells like whiskey to me, which I also hate the smell of. It reminds me of too many ex-boyfriends. There we go. Vanilla is great once it's mixed into something, you know what I mean? Like once it's doing its thing that it's supposed to do. I gotta get a different bowl now. So it's like you need another bowl. Why do I need another bowl? Where are bowls? like so many bowls. Alright, well, we're using a Tupperware container because fuck it. Nobody said I can't use a Tupperware container for this. Alright. How many? 2.5 cups. That's 1.5 cups. Oh shit, I forgot to grab a knife. Time to get fucking flour on everything. Woo! I hate this part. I always fuck up and get flour everywhere. Yep, this was no exception to this. There we go. Alright. This is 1.5. No! I'm using a smaller thing for the next cup. Fuck this. This is 1/3 of a cup, so I just put 3 of these in. Alright. I love baking. You guys get to see my baking foolishness. This is so much of this mix. Alright. Flour, baking powder, salt, and baking soda. Okay. So, do we have any baking powder? I got more baking powder because I didn't know if we had any. But do we have one already open? So I don't have to open one? No. Good thing I picked this shit up. I would have been shit out of luck. Alright. Why don't they have the little thing anymore? There's supposed to be like a little like lip on it so that you can like even it out properly. Motherfuckers got rid of it. Alright. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. How much baking powder? 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Start. Baking powder. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Open. Open. Why do you work for me? Household items, why don't you work for me? I'm the human here. I have a consciousness. Alright. Gotta double check. I'm always so scared of like doing the wrong thing, you know, and then just fucking it all up and having to start over. No, stop. There we go. Okay. And then 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm eyeballing this. I'm not fucking around. It's salt. It'll be fine. That's fine. We're not too picky on the 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. What am I supposed to use to like stir this? Okay. This is way too small of a bowl to be doing this in. Like, I'm supposed to be using like a big mixing bowl, you know? To like fold all this shit into itself. But I don't know where a big mixing bowl is. This is my only one right now. My children must have run off with some of them or something. I don't know. I don't know what my kids do with my things. Alright. This, did I do the thing? I'm supposed to put walnuts in here. Here's the thing. Everybody in my house has really bad teeth. So, I can't really put walnuts in anything. How long is coconut good for? In the fridge. Oh, okay. We're gonna put in some coconut instead of walnuts. No, stop. Coconut. All right. Okay. Back in the fridge you go. Why you know work? There we go. Are people even still in here? They are, yay! Alright. Stay. Alright. I'm just in stirring mode now. Question, is crumble supposed to have a layer of the liquid filling the bottom or just enough to coat the fruit? I think, if I remember correctly, there does need to be a little liquid at the bottom, just because that's what keeps it soft. Like, it softens the mixture. I hope this is the correct consistency for this. I really do. Because if not, this is what we're going with. Woo! It's really thick. Is banana, I can't remember, is banana bread batter real thick too? I haven't made banana bread in so long. I think it's real thick like this. Okay. Oh my god, how am I going to grease this? I don't have cooking spray. Ah, found a little paper towel. Okay. I found a little paper towel. And just like this. Boop. Remind me next time that I desperately do need to buy more paper towels, though, to make sure that I can do this. Alright. Cool. Pour mixture into the loaf pan. Now, okay, so I did not get the correct size loaf pan, okay, so I'm gonna have to guess on how long this is going to take to cook, because I'm gonna have to put it into two separate loaf pans. This loaf pan is significantly too small, and I'm gonna have to adjust the cooking time. It says to cook it for an hour. There is no way that these need cooked for an hour. Get off of there. Go. So I'm gonna put it on for a half hour and then I'm gonna check it. Right? Because baking is just wizardry. You know? Like, it's just... Alright. Cool. Computer, set a timer for a half hour.
30 minutes, starting now.
Thank you. Alright. What do you guys think of the baking format? Do you enjoy it more or less than our usual format? I have a feeling, as I get better at this, that I'm going to get better at like having actual discussions with you while we bake. This is like new for me, and so I think I get like a little distracted by the actual baking process for right now, but I think I'll get better over time. The fuck am I supposed to do with this pineapple? Am I just supposed to fucking eat it out of the can? Is that what we're doing for the rest of the stream? I'm just gonna eat pineapple out of the fucking can? I have a feeling that I'm gonna get better at this as time goes on. So that way we can have like we can do like politics discussions and stuff like that as I bake. By the way, guys, remember to like the stream. That's how more people come in and see this stuff. Because if there's a bunch of shit all over this kitchen, my wife is gonna like freak the fuck out. She's gonna be like, I can't believe you've done this to me. But like, I know that, you know, life right now is kind of hard and kind of fucking sucks for everybody. And I'd like to be able to discuss some of the hard stuff while we bake things. Because it's like, you know, if we're baking things, at least, you know, if we're going to live under fascism, we have muffins. You know? Like, we'd have muffins, and that muffins make things better. You know what I mean? Like, muffins vastly improve everybody's life significantly. By the way, this is the whole setup I have to do when I like stream in here, because my kitchen is so small. So if I'm streaming in here, I have to like move the table. Alright. Jar has flour all over it. on the counters. There we go. All right. Come with me. There we go. All right. Cool. Oh, nice. Ah, there's flour all over my laptop. Well, what'd you guys think? No, what the fuck did I just do? There we go. Fucking love pineapple. I can get free eggs from work, so I will definitely have to try some of these recipes if I get a Friday off work. You should. This is like the world's stupidest cooking show, you know? Like, I'm just gonna be here cussing the whole time. I like rage bake. So, like, that's generally the vibes we have when we're baking, is like rage baking. Fuck, I forgot Vincent Price had a cooking show. The best thing to rage bake is bread, because you can beat the hell out of it. I love rage baking bread. Okay, so what is with the lizard thing? I don't understand it. Rage Bake is a good name for the stream if you're going to talk about politics. Yeah. So, I mean, politics are insane right now, and like, I've been really depressed today, actually, in terms of the politics. So I would love to cook other things for you guys. Baking really is my kind of like bread and butter. But there are other things in this cookbook that I could make for you guys. So September, that's our chocolate cobbler. That's what I was going to make today. Here's the reason I did not make chocolate cobbler today. It's because I went to Walmart and they didn't have any cocoa powder. So we didn't get to do the chocolate cobbler today, but then I can actually do it in the month of September like I'm supposed to. So we can do the chocolate cobbler next time, since that seems to be what you guys are leaning towards anyway in the poll. This is what it looks like. That's what we're going to be making next time. So And then, oh, there's a pumpkin pie for November. So I'll just go ahead and make a pumpkin pie in the November one. Okay. Would you guys like me to do, like, other cooking too, or just the baking? Because she has all sorts of shit in here. She has like appetizers, like little appetizers. She has a cornbread. We could do a cornbread. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Wow, her cornbread is real simple. Mine is actually a little more complicated than that, the one I make. But that's a family secret. That I will take to my grave. So yeah, I can do like a cornbread. I'll do the chocolate cobbler next week. I'll start making like a list of stuff. Because I can do like a chocolate cobbler next week. I'll do a cornbread. And then that Tuesday we'll just make something that goes with cornbread. Like I'll have Heather make beans. Oh my god, Heather's beans are so good. They're so good. They would be better, I'll be real, they'd be better with bacon or ham. But all things considered, you know, since Heather can't have bacon and ham, the ones she makes are really good. They're like a vegetarian one. Though she has talked about doing like smoked turkey in the beans before. God, they have fried green tomatoes in here. We make, behind me, as you can see, we have harvested a great deal of squash. Okay? We've harvested a great deal of squash. And so we have been making like sliced, like it's like fried green tomatoes, but it's with squash. So it's like the sliced squash that's like deep fried. And they're so fucking good. Bradley loves them. That's one of his favorite things. One of the things in here, which I'm actually really glad that this is going to be like the final recipe from this book that we make, because then I will have really honed my baking skills, is a strawberry shortcake. The strawberry shortcake scares the ever-living hell out of me because I know how easy it is to make those two dents. No, stop. My laptop's giving me fits today, guys. It's being a real pain. Okay. So it looks like we are definitely all in favor of the chocolate cobbler next week then. I'll make sure I get everything for it. But here is, if you want to send me a little, that sound, by the way, is my cat, who's very upset that I can actually probably let him out now. If you'd like to send ingredients money, I can always use ingredients money. There. Then let out. You're free. I know, you're mad. You're mad because I dared to put you guys away so that you wouldn't be all up in my stuff. Pearl was just chilling on the toilet. She didn't care. And of course, there's Stormy. No, that's my water. You guys have water. You guys have a full bowl of water just sitting over there. Oh, Stormy. Oh, Stormy. You mean old thing. You mean old thing. So what do y'all want to talk about? Do you want to talk about, like, the shitty thing that happened? Because that's all I can think about is the shitty thing that happened. The fucking pew-pewing. And the fact that they're going to blame all of us. They already are. I think that this one's so small because number one, it's at a weird time of day. This is a weird time of day for a live stream, you know. Actually, how much time? Computer, how much time do I have left on my timer?
You have 12 minutes left on your 30-minute timer.
Really? Yeah, I know. They were gonna blame us no matter what. They always do. That's the thing. I feel like I've just like gotten a bit desensitized at this point because I'm like, yeah, you know, even if this wasn't a true thing, you guys would blame us no matter what. Stormy, who's gonna take care of you if your mom and I end up in a camp? Who's gonna take care of you? Nobody's gonna put up with you. Because you're mean. You won't handle that well. Donald Trump, sir, please don't put me in a camp. This cat, no one else will take this cat. No one else will take it. Yeah, because she's like that. She knows. She knows. Oh, Stormy. So I got that job, and I'm gonna be like washing cars for a living, which actually sounds pretty nice. Like I can just put on like a book on tape and just like vibe with it, you know? Like I can just put on a book on a book on tape and just. Bye, honey. I love you. Bye, I love you too. Heather's got to go pick up them kids. I wish this was a bigger stream. But like I said, the algorithm is not used to me streaming on Fridays, so it's like, what are you doing? I want you to have a regular schedule. Now we're just waiting. I feel like we're just waiting on this fucking pineapple bread. at this point. Y'all are just here waiting with me. It's hot as shit in here. Oh my god. That's the thing about baking before October, you know? Like, once it's October, the baking gets significantly better because then it just warms up your fucking cold-ass house. But, like, anywhere before October, like, your house is gonna be hot as shit, you know? My house is cold as fuck. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit out right now, but I refuse to turn on the heat in August. I have no idea how hot it is outside. It's been running in the 80s, like in the afternoons here. Oh wow, it hasn't gotten above 70 all week. That's wild. I just like went to a random tab on my laptop and it's the fucking Chris Fleming shit that we looked up on the last stream because I couldn't remember Chris Fleming's name. Let's see. What can we talk about? We were talking about the Hays Code on the last stream. That's another thing we were talking about. Let's see. What's going on in the news? Of course, the first thing is them, oh boy. Oh boy. The first fucking headline I see when I look up the news: Minneapolis school shooting latest. Robin Westman wanted to watch children suffer as officials probe motive. The motive is that she was a white supremacist. Like, she was in. So, have you heard about that fucking organization she's probably affiliated with? Because nobody's talking about that unless you watch, like, some more, like, underground networks who are more, like, or, like, live streamers and stuff who are more, like, internet conscious. But it's, they think she's part of that fucking network of, like, school shooters. What's it called? Like, the Order of Nine Angles or something like that? They think she's part of that thing. That's why she did it. Because she's, like, an Order of Nine Angles member. And they're all like that. And, like, the only reason I would bring that up is because, like, this is, like, a legit organization that is, like, starting to gain prominence. Like, they're having problems with it in the UK. Like, the UK is having issues with this, like, it's essentially a terrorist network, but they don't have, like, a centralized leader, so it's not like a cult, I guess, because they don't have, like, a centralized leader, but they, like, egg each other on to commit acts of violence, because they're, like, nihilists. It's crazy shit if you look into them. But they think she might have been affiliated with them, and something they've been doing is, like, they get marginalized members, and they are like, oh, you know, you are a degenerate of society, you are beneath everyone, you should be the one to, you know, go out and do the martyrdom. Like, they do this, and that's why, like, this is particularly dangerous, because it's going to be these minority groups a lot of the time that are committing these acts, because they're specifically targeting them. Like, it's another white supremacist organization. Like, that's the issue here, you know? Like, obviously we can have a greater discussion about, like, you know, pew control and, you know, mental health treatment. But that's the thing, is, like, the right wing doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. None of it. And, like, the fact that this is a white supremacist organization actually, like, actively fucking helps them. So, alright. Let's see the next article. White House declares $4.9 billion in foreign aid unilaterally canceled in end run around Congress's funding power. So they just canceled $4.9 billion in aid. To whomst? They aren't really saying who the aid... Oh, it's USAID. So it's like multiple countries that they're withholding aid for. It's mostly being covered under the, like, the fact that, like, the White House is usurping the power of the purse that Congress is supposed to hold. Because of course they are. Because this is fascism. Like, I don't know why anybody is surprised about any of this at this point. Like, they're just gonna do whatever they want unless you get in there and fucking stop them. Kamala Harris no longer has Secret Service protection. What's the next story? Our economy is crashing because of the tariffs. And they're sending... They're trying to send National Guard to Chicago. Because, again, of course they are. Like, I knew Chicago was going to be on that list. Like, I knew it was going to be... Once they started in D.C., I was like, oh, it's going to be Baltimore, Chicago... Like, actually, no, it was once they started with LA. I actually didn't have DC on my list, but I should have. But I knew that Baltimore and Chicago were going to get hit. And then possibly places like New Orleans. Once they've done all of that. Minneapolis definitely is on the list. Aren't they trying to fuck around with Missouri right now, too? I don't remember. You know, we're just in a mess. We're in a mess. And it's going to take years to get us out of this mess. Yeah, because Minnesota, because of that Pew Pewer being in Minnesota, that's probably what they're going to use to try to invade Minnesota. ICE is hiring 10,000 agents. Some unexpected people want to join the Trump crackdown. Let's see. Who is it? Divorced dads? Oh, it's like random Latino people wanting to join ICE. Okay. Oh, there's our timer. Let's see. Let's see, is it done? finished. Computer, stop. All right. Let's see if our bread is finished. No, it is not, I don't think. That doesn't look finished to me at all. Nope. Nope, absolutely not. Okay. Computer, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Do. All right. Cause I'm waiting for my pineapple bread. I saw someone theorize that Orange's mental health is regressing back to the 80s because all the stuff he's been talking about haven't been issues since the 80s. I mean, it does seem, guys, he is not in good health. Like, that is really obvious that he's not in good health. Okay, so here's something I've wanted to kind of discuss, and I thought about just making a regular old TikTok video about it, but honestly, live stream's probably a better opportunity for it. So we're talking a lot about who's going to be running in the Democrats, right? Because people are trying to get Newsom in there for some reason. Even though we have better options and we're 3 years out, and we do need to be thinking about who it should be, right? Like, we need to start coming up with some people that we want, you know, to at least try with, you know. Newsom should not be on that fucking list, in my opinion. I know it's inevitable he is on the list of candidates, but, like, nobody's even announced a run yet. So we should maybe, like, you know, look at who might be on the table, in terms of a Democratic nominee. But here's the thing. I don't think Trump's gonna last that long. I really don't. He seems to be in very, very poor health. And with him being in this very, very poor health, I don't know if he's gonna make it to the next election. And if he does, he's certainly not going, like, I know they're gonna try to run him again, like a third term, right? Like, obviously, they're gonna try to run him for a third term. But that doesn't seem to be something they will probably be able to do, because he's probably either gonna be, like, not here anymore or very incapacitated to the point it's noticeable. And so they're gonna have to find a replacement. And what I'm not seeing a lot of talk about, even though we've already jumped on fucking Newsom, is who he's gonna be, our candidate's gonna be running up against. You know what I mean? Like, who is the nominee going to be? And here's who I think it is, because J.D. Vance is going to be disastrous. And I know that this might seem like a long shot to some people, and it's going to be awful. But here's who I think they really are. Here's who I think is really, honest to God, gearing up for a run. I think it's going to be Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is about to throw her hat in the ring. That seems like a distinct possibility. she has been doing a lot of interviews and stuff lately. She's taken this like hardline stance on Gaza, and like I know she's just doing it because she's like an anti-Semite. Like she doesn't actually care about anybody, but I think what she's kind of hoping is that she can pull some of the populist left on that issue alone, because the populist right is gonna vote Republican no matter what. Like. But the populist left on that issue, and she's gonna like attract like the isolationists and stuff. And I have wondered if she is gonna try to throw her hat in the ring. The other person I've wondered, you think there's gonna be another election? Yes, they're gonna have some sort of sham election at least. Like, that's the thing, they're gonna have something. Don't get doomer on me now, okay? Now are we going to have another fair election? That's a question. That's certainly a question. But we will have another election. It's probably just going to be very one-sided. And here's the thing. Once Trump is gone, this movement is not going to be able to sustain itself. It's not. He is the Republican Party right now. Without him, they aren't going to be able to maintain what they have. Because hey, Pop Pop, good to see you. I haven't been able to catch a live stream in quite a while. Have you talked about how your job application went? So I got a job washing trucks at like rental cars at the airport. And I'm going to be starting Monday. So the live streams are going to be on Tuesday from here on out. But, yeah, I don't think we're going to have another fair election. They're definitely going to try to at least tip the scales, you know. But I think that they're going to have some other candidate. And Trump is not going to be in good enough health. Like, they cannot just, weekend at Bernie's him forever. They're not going to be able to do that. Eventually, the man is going to pass away. And I do think that's going to happen sooner rather than later. He's really not looking good or sounding good lately. And I honestly do think it's going to happen before the next election. And once that happens, they're not going to be able to maintain the chokehold that they have. Now, Vance will do whatever, but here's the thing. Vance is not a good leader. J.D. Vance is not a good leader. J.D. Vance is... J.D. Vance is good at one thing, and that is bending over. Okay? J.D. Vance is really, really good at bending over. I wash cars. It's not great, but not the worst. Yeah, I just figure I can put on my headphones. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just put on my headphones, and just sort of vibe out, listen to some books on tape. J.D. Vance is really good at bending over. J.D. Vance can't lead. Okay? He does not have a strong enough personality for that. J.D. Vance is a bottom. And we have to remember this. He is not going to be able to command the level of respect that Donald Trump does. They are not going to run him. There's no way. That would be so dumb. It was dumb to put him in the first place. It really, fucked them over with a lot of things because he's such a loser. They're not going to try to run Vance. Trying to think. So I really do think that the people who are going to be throwing their hats in the ring who would have the best chance on the Republican side are Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson. Because the Republican Party is also a party that is very open to outsiders, to people who aren't politicians. And I could see Tucker Carlson, because his show's not doing very well, he could make a leap for it. Because I don't know who the fuck else in the Republican Party they have that's not an absolute, like, freak. You know what I mean? Like, all the people who are, like, behind Donald Trump, they don't have that level of charisma. They're a bunch of, like, weird freaks. And so I just can't see how any of those people, like, they're better at being, like, shadow people. You know? Like, their whole thing is being, like, being weird shadow people. And they need somebody who's going to be, like, a face. And the only people I can think of being, like, a face are Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson. Because they're going to want, like, some sort of personality. Man, this fucking bread's starting to smell really good. But yeah, I really don't think he's going to last. I don't think he's going to last to the next election. Man, that's going to be a day. When he goes. It looks like Elon Musk's stocks are plunging in Europe, which is funny. I'm always down for that man losing money. Have you guys seen the video? It's been kind of floating around lately. It's by some comedian. But it's like, Joe Rogan's Doomsday Cult or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. I'll put it in the chat. Alright. It's by Elephant Graveyard. But it's like a kind of like like this man has hate in his heart for Joe Rogan, man. but it's about like Joe Rogan like killing the Austin comedy scene, and it's about, they bring up like Elon Musk and how like these rich men just keep building these like alternative realities to live in, which I thought was really interesting. Cause it's like definitely delivered in like a funny comedic tone, but like it's one of those like, you know, there is some truth here to the fact that these men, these rich motherfuckers, just keep building like alternative realities around them full of sycophants and people who will never tell them no, you know? Man, this fucking bread smells so good. I'm so ready for it to be like in my face. I'm gonna actually look at it. Ooh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Computer, how much time is left on my timer?
You have less than 10 seconds left
Oh,
on your 15-minute timer.
Computer, stop. Alright, let's see. Moment of truth, motherfuckers. Alright. Let's see. It's looking pretty good. We'll see if it's done. Gonna do the big boy. It appears that it is indeed done. All right, let's take a look at it. I'll give you guys a nice little glance at it. There we go. The fruits of our labor. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because we did the thing. We successfully made the bread and we talked about politics for a little while. But as always, drink a water, eat a food, be kind to yourself, to your neighbor, and to the earth. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. I hope you have a wonderful day and God bless.